Hello everyone, yours truly Chrislevi13, and today I'm doing a response video to MegaDan29, who over on his channel on Tuesday did a Top 3 Tuesday video where he showed off some of his favorite box art on video games. Two of them were on the NES, and I think two of them were on the Wii U. It was a Zelda game, it was a Mario game, and it was Ghosts and Goblins. You can't go wrong with Zelda, Mario, or Ghosts and Goblins. You know, so it's really, really awesome. So I thought I would do a response video to that, and I recently, before I started doing this recording, saw Nefarious West's response to that. So it's cool to see that people in the retro gaming community and just gaming community can do videos like this and do kind of like a call out to see what other people like as well, whether it be for favorite box art like this subject is about and other ones that they've done in the past. So sit back, relax, hopefully you'll enjoy my favorite box art. And if you're new to the channel, do me the biggest favor of all and hit that subscribe button so we comment from yours truly. So when it comes to video games and box arts, I've played a lot of systems. I've played basically everything from the NES to now, but I have most experience with the PS1, PS2, Xbox 360, and the Xbox One because those are the systems that I own personally and had myself. I mean, we did have a Super Nintendo in the house, but I never really played it a whole lot, or remember a whole lot because I was real little when that was around. But with the systems that I like the most, and I was looking at, well, what are my favorite box arts of all time? So I started digging through my games, like, are these in there, or is there games that I've got digitally that made their box art is the favorite? And I was like, so I kind of took a day and thought about it, and then I was like, you know what? I actually have all the games that are some of my favorite box arts, so I'm going to pick them up individually right here and show them all to each and every single one of you all. Number one comes from my favorite video game of all time. And the reason that this is one of my favorite box arts of all time is that when I saw it, I loved the box art of the way the game looked, you know. But then when you play the game and you beat the game, the box art to me has more meaning. And that goes to this game right here, Kingdom Hearts for the PlayStation 2. I mean, I still have the game and the manual in there in this case, you know. And I'm still able to play it to this day. But I love the box art because you can't really see it too well, because that's the way that it's lit too, if you think about it, because of the way that it's made. But you got Sora, Riku, Kairi, Donald, Goofy on the front of it. You got somewhat of a Heartless right there, if you can see that. And yeah, it was really, really cool to see this cover, you know. And I love the way that the moon in the world is shaped like a heart and all that. And it's just this was just a fantastic game. And when I played it and beat it, I was like, dude. And every time I look at this box, I'm like, man, this game just reminds me of so many memories of a kid sitting on the floor in this room playing this game for hours after hours, you know. And I remember having the manual that went along with this. Back in the day, I used to get, for a few games, I got manuals, and I got the manual to this game. And I remember having it sitting on my table, and every time I'd come in the room, I'd see that box art on the front of this same cover, right there on top of the manual. I was like, man, that's a beautiful looking box art. So that's game number one, right there. Because I do have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have actually 5 games here. Next one comes from another PS2 game, and it's from the Jak and Dexter series, which Jak and Dexter 1, 2, 3, all the Jak and Dexter games were really, really cool. But my favorite Jak and Dexter game, because when I was a kid, I liked racing games, and I liked combat racing games, because like Twisted Metal was really, really cool to me, and then all these, and then like Crash Team Racing and Mario Kart and all that was really, really cool to me. But then when I saw Jak and Dexter get into it, I was like, wow. And then the way they did it was like in the Jak and Dexter world, so it was kind of like not too cartoony, but it was like you had some like realistic sort of, but it was in the style of Jak and Dexter, and that is Jak X Combat Racing. Because man, I remember seeing this game, and my mom got it for me because I like Jak and Dexter series, and I remember looking at this cover and just seeing Jak and Dexter in the car right there, just looking like total badasses, and I mean straight up badasses. You see them in this game, and then you jump into the game and play it, and it's just really, really awesome game that you do. You know, you go in there and you're combating in the cars and all that jazz. It's just wow. And this is still probably one of my favorite games, and probably in my top 10 of favorite games of all freaking time, right there. So that's number 2. This is number, you know. Then the next 2 are in a series that go together. They redid the series recently for the modern consoles and redid everything, but it does not stand up par, and that is Star Wars Battlefront 1 and Star Wars Battlefront 2. There was supposed to be a third one made, but they canceled it, and then years later, as you know, they redid it. But if you look at this one right here, you got a stormtrooper. If you love Star Wars, which I love the Star Wars movies, you got a stormtrooper coming on there, and then you got all the stuff like some of the stuff you could do. Bam, so badass, and I loved how you got to go in this one, go to the different worlds and like unlock the different worlds by going and jumping into that world, seeing a map from that world and playing on it. And it was stuff that you saw from like the movies and all that, somewhat, you know. And it was really, really cool to see that. And the box art just looks so beautiful. Because, man, Star Wars box art I've always been intrigued by, you know. What you got, you know. And the space battles in this game were really, really cool. Because I believe if they could just what I believe they should have done, because I'm going to talk about the second one right here in just a second. What I think they should have done is they should have done this. They should have took these two, combined them into one game, done the very, very best in HD 1080p 4K graphics on these for the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, and nowadays, and had multiplayer with them and all that jazz, and then release the third one or a new one to revamp the series. Because what they got now, it's cool, it's great, it somewhat senses it could be grand, but it's not what this was. And then this one, you've got one of the clone troopers right there, and then you've got Obi-Wan and Darth Vader on it, and you see their space battles. And space battles in this game was cool because playing this game, you've actually got to go when you're on space. You got to get on when you start it. Whether you're the good side or bad side, you start on it. You got your big vehicle, which can have multiple people in it. You got your two fast vehicles, and then you got one that's like kind of slower, but it has like big bombs on it, and it's like really, really cool. And it's just the art in this game is so phenomenal. Look at that, the way they have it sitting there, and it describes the game so seamlessly right there, because you get to play as basically any kind of character from the Star Wars world. You get to play in outer space, in the different worlds, as Jedis, as Sith, and all that jazz. You know, it's really, really cool. And then another box art that I like, and this is the last one of the video, is one from one of my favorite series of time. You all know that I love the Halo series. It's in my top 3 next to Borderlands and Kingdom Hearts. Well, Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, they were all cool games, right? But my favorite is the one that I connected with my buddy Larry. You know him as Alpha Ghost Homie and other stuff. But what I really connected with him with was on a game called Reach. And when I played Reach, I didn't really care for the box art. But it was over time that when I went back to the game and played it through my Xbox One and even played it through my Xbox 360 again, is that I looked at it and I was like, you know, it's really cool because you actually get to connect with each of these characters. So when you get into the game, you basically, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 people on the front of the cover right here. And what happens when you play the game, you actually become the 6th member of the team, of the Spartan team on the planet called Reach. And basically what you're doing is it's basically the set where Reach falls, and basically the last scene is basically you giving Cortana off to to the people that you see in the initial first Halo game, which is really, really cool. And when you play through this box art, this box art connects so good because it goes so well with the game and all that, you know. Because each of these characters, you get to learn about each of these characters, or you know, each of them got their good side, their bad sides, and all that jazz. And the game is just really, really well. It's probably one of the best Halo games in my opinion. Probably this and 3 are my 2 favorite Halo games of all time, and then 2 and 1 and so on and so forth. But this is just a really, really top of the line game. So that's my response to MegaDan and everybody else that's done the top 3 Tuesday thing. This was not done on a Tuesday, but I will put it out there for you all to see. So what is your favorite box art of all time? If you see this video, comment it down below. Make your own response video on your channel and let me see that video. And yeah, it's really, really cool. You know, it's the first time I've actually decided to get into one of these things. And it's cool, great, because I saw people do ones where like it was like 3 NES games. They didn't beat, played as a kid but didn't beat, or this, that, and the other thing. And it's really, really cool to do stuff like this, you know. But those are my favorite box arts. Let me put the game back up. But yeah, there they are, you know. So it's got some Xbox. I got an Xbox 360 game and then a bunch of PS2 games. Well, PS2 probably because that's my favorite system of all time. But it's really, really cool to be able to do something like this, you know. So yeah, let's look at them all side to side. See, there they are. Cool. Did you like these games? Did you like their box art? I would like to know, but that's just my response. MegaDan, you got an awesome channel. Nefarious West, you got an awesome channel. And anybody else that's done response to this, let me know down in the comment section below. Sorry for like the rambling towards the end of this video, but those are some awesome games, you know. And obviously, you all know I can't wait for the next one in this series coming out January 29th, 2019. And anyway, I'll see you all later. Stay awesome!